so today we have our very first guest on Curiosity Tastings, who is Gino Valente, and he is Bridgette's firstborn son, and of her 4 kids. And so we have him on today to talk about gravity. But before we get into that, Bridgette is going to tell us all about this drink we made in honor of him.
Yeah. So we combined coconut rum, the juice of a lime, and Capri Sun in honor of my son, his favorite drink, Capri Sun. And then we muddled some raspberries and put it together, and we came up with our first ever
1.21 gigawatts.
His shirt, he's been wearing this shirt since
high school.
Yeah. So for a while.
I've always loved that. It's so awesome. Okay, so the reason we brought Gino on today is because, so we were all sitting around the last time he was here, and we were just talking about like random science stuff, and then all of a sudden he goes, "Oh, there's no such thing as gravity." I'm real like
something like that.
Exactly like that.
That's how we felt.
That's how it sounded to us. So I was like, "Wait, what are you talking about?" And then you started describing. It was actually just gravity's almost like just a concept that we can grasp, but that's not actually what it is.
Yeah. I mean, originally I was going for the shock factor. But it's more about gravity not existing as the classical force that we always think about. When it doesn't really work like any of the other forces that exist.
Yeah. Interesting.
Right? So you have 4 forces. One of them is gravity. The other 3 are electromagnetic, the strong, and the weak force.
Okay.
And these other 3 are more like actual forces. Whereas gravity, like you said, is more of a construct and a way of thinking about it.
Yeah.
And when Newton came up with gravity, when he invented gravity,
he invented it.
That's kind of how he thought of it. It seemed more like a force.
Yeah.
Some drops.
Yeah, the apple falls from the tree.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Yeah.
There must be some sort of force acting upon it.
Right.
And so that's just the way we've been thinking about it for, since forever, basically. But it doesn't work quite like that.
Right.
As we've started to theorize more recently in modern science.
It's like so fascinating, like seriously. So it has to do with space-time?
Yes, it has to do with space-time.
Space-time!
And I'm no expert in this. This is
none
more
of us
just...
Well, space-time, that's why he's wearing his...
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
I get all my knowledge from Back to the Future.
Well, that's so crazy. So, and it's the bending of it, right? And you were saying like...
Exactly.
Like, how does that work, though?
I think the first thing is to kind of understand something called the frame of reference, which is a big aspect of physics. And the frame of reference is looking at a system and understanding where you are within that system or apart from it. And a classic example is when you shoot a cannon, you might shoot a cannonball like 60 miles per hour, right?
Right.
And that
I wouldn't, but okay, maybe I would.
The cannonball is traveling at 60 miles per hour.
Okay.
But that's from the frame of reference of you shooting the cannon.
Okay.
From someone else who maybe is traveling in a car, going the opposite direction.
Oh.
The cannonball is going to appear like it's not going 60 miles per hour. It's going to look like it's going much faster.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah.
And so that's kind of what this is all about, is frame of reference.
Okay.
So basically we can think about it as 2 points.
Okay.
And we're going to think about the transition from this point to this point as a function of time.
Time moving forward or just time in general?
Time moving forward.
Okay.
Right? The one thing about time is that it's constant.
Okay.
It's always traveling at the same exact speed,
All right.
which is the speed of time.
Traveling.
It's hard to think of time.
Speed of time. I love it.
And it's important to remember, these aren't 2 separate points. This is the same point at 2 points in time.
Okay.
See, I'm glad you said that.
Okay, I would not see that.
Okay.
Because remember, we're not traveling through space here. This is time. This is pure time.
Okay.
If you want to think about space would be more like traveling up and down.
Okay.
Those are 2 dimensions, and then traveling this way would be the 3rd dimension.
Okay.
But going from here to here, that's the 4th dimension of time.
Wow.
That's so exciting. Okay.
What gravity kind of will look like is going from a different frame of reference.
Okay.
Let's just look at what gravity would do to this system.
Okay.
Right. Let's say we're on the Earth's surface.
Yeah.
And this point is somewhere above the Earth's surface.
Okay.
Okay. And so we might have the points going this way, but the Earth is going to create a bend in space-time,
Okay.
which causes the paper here to bend.
Okay.
And you notice that time continues in a straight line still.
Okay.
It's going to be different to us because we're looking at it from a different perspective.
Okay.
But from the perspective of this point, it's still the straight line that it existed on
Got
originally.
it. Okay. Okay.
As time moves,
Mhm.
to us in 3 dimensions, it looks like this point is fallen.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So
Got it.
time hasn't changed. Time is constant. The space-time is what bend.
Okay.
Okay.
What's bending is my mind.
I know.
And so as time continues forward, as it always does,
Okay.
this point is going to look like it's fallen. And that's kind of what gravity is. It's that bending of space-time from the perspective
Oh.
Okay.
from the perspective, the frame of reference of this point.
Looks like it's falling.
from the point,
Yeah.
it just looks like it's motionless. It hasn't changed at all.
Okay.
But
Okay.
because of time and because of the Earth's pull and the bend in space-time,
Okay.
our 3D frame of reference here makes it look like this ball is fallen
Okay.
In time
in time.
and space.
Well, yeah, and space. So that's like a very simplistic
Yeah.
way of looking at it.
Yeah. Yeah. I need simplistic.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the same time. Is that what you're saying? Oh no, they're both the same
Yeah.
moment. You said, right?
The same point. If you want to look at this like a ball,
Okay.
it's the same ball,
Okay.
but this is in the past and this is in the future.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's the same object.
Object or item.
Yes.
Same item, but it's just the same item in 2 different points of time.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay. Got it. Got
Okay.
it. So what's actually making it look like something has fallen is that time has passed?
Yeah.
Or
'cause-
time has, or I guess so, and time has been warped because of the Earth's density? Or like,
the mass.
Yeah.
The mass.
Earth's mass.
Okay, Earth's mass is what's bending time.
Yeah, bending space-time.
Okay.
Because space and time, they're intertwined. They're
crazy. related
to each other. And
Right.
we can show this too.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
this
this,
will show
this
this-
actually really helped.
So
So-
this right here is what?
Yeah, what would you
This
say
this
was
you
it?
could call the fabric of space and time.
Oh, it's
We're having the
fabric. Got
fabric of
it.
space and time. Okay.
This is a very
Yeah, oh, yeah.
common visualization.
Okay.
And again, this is a simplistic model.
Mhm.
If you want to think about it, now we're not in 3D land anymore.
Mhm.
This is 2-dimensional
Got it.
space.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
This being the space itself, right?
Right.
When you have an object with mass, like the
Okay.
Earth, what happens is the fabric of space-time bends around it.
Oh my gosh.
That's cool. Do you see it?
And again, you have the same thing where time is following a straight line,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
and these are called geodesics, right? It's a straight line in curved space.
Okay. That's so crazy.
And so when you actually like really curve that space,
Uh-huh.
these straight lines are still straight. They're still from the frame of reference of the person that's on this plane.
Okay.
It's straight.
Okay.
But to us, we can see that if I follow this line here, it's going to start to bend.
Right.
From the frame of reference, they usually consider an ant.
Okay.
You might hear the ant, right?
Yeah.
Example. The ant is following a straight line along this plane, along the geodesic, and to us it looks bent,
Mhm.
but it's actually just following a straight line. And that's why
Wow.
you have an orbit.
Okay.
You follow this straight line that just happens to curve perfectly into a circle,
Oh.
back into
Right.
itself.
And so the mass makes a difference in space time. So
Yeah.
sun has more
The sun is
Mass.
going to be way bigger than this.
and have
A
more
black
of a-
hole, like theoretically, goes to infinity
Oh.
as you approach the singularity.
Wow.
And that's why you can't escape a black hole, because once you go past what's called the event horizon,
Mm-hmm.
there's no straight line that could exit that path.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
All
terrifying.
straight lines.
That is
go towards the
terrifying.
center.
I know what I'm having a nightmare about tonight.
It takes a while to process it. Like I understand what you're saying. I
Yeah.
can see it and the visual and like, but to understand how that works with gravity? Because that makes sense, because gravity is being bent towards the mass.
Well, the gravity, like we were saying, it's like gravity is just almost like a shorthand. It's a concept.
Yeah.
Really, all it means is like you've bent space time, and so things are falling towards. Well,
Not
I don't
really
know if they're
falling.
but
You can
they're
think of them-
bent around.
They're bent around
if
it.
you want to
Okay.
think about Newton's law, right? An object in motion stays in motion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even this motionless object, because I'm holding it, it's motionless. It still has some inertia. That inertia being time.
Gosh.
And so
Wow.
right now it's not falling or anything, it's not moving, but it is moving through time, and it has that
Oh.
that inertia that can't change. And if it's going to change, it's going to change in the spatial dimensions that
Okay.
we live in.
I love that it has its inertia, time inertia. That's
Time inertia. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Wow.
Love it.
That is so cool. Thank you so much,
Thank
Gino,
you.
for explaining that to us. I'm like
Yeah.
really gonna have to
We'll probably ask you again at some
yeah,
point.
I know. We'll have to have like
We'll have to digest it.
Yeah, digest it
and then come back and go like say that again.
I know.
That's awesome. Do you have any like YouTubers or anybody that like you that you like to watch for things like this?
Yeah, there's a great handful of YouTubers who explain stuff like this. One of the ones I've been watching more recently, and I'm stealing a lot of their stuff,
Yeah.
is Science Clip.
Oh, okay.
So I would definitely check out Science Clip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they explain this way better, probably more
But I bet
accurately.
you they don't have this though.
They do not have 1.21
1
gigawatts.
No.
No, they do not.
I might be butchering some of the stuff, but checking out a resource like Science Click, or even just like reading up on things like relativity
Yeah.
and
You have to say it like that.
yeah, relativity.
Relativity, or it doesn't work.
Yeah.
E equals mc squared. You'll also get visuals too, which are really helpful because I can only do so much by showing this, but when you get a video showing
Yeah.
these concepts
Yeah.
or even an illustration, things start to make a lot more sense.
Yeah.
I think we did pretty good.
I know. I would say my napkin and my selenite sphere did a pretty good job.
Awesome.
Oh, well, again, thank you so much, Gino, for coming on. We'll have to
Gino.
have you on again next
Yes,
time you're
definitely.
Yay! All right. See you next time. Here's to curiosity.
Curiosity.
Curiosity.